Hello, everybody. Welcome to Homebrew Hunts. Unfortunately, we're just gonna have one player today.
Hello,
Yep. Anyways,
I'm the motherfucker that he has today.
yep.
Which means
Everyone's
to see
busier
some.
than bees. All right then. So, Constance. Oh no, dang it. Sapphire. What would you be doing right now? Last I remember, you were in town with Nolan.
Mm, you would be somewhat right. I did come back, however, Nolan did quickly leave, going after a quest. Actually, no, I was thinking about the other guy. No, I was with Nolan. You're right. You're right. You're right. Um,
Would you be wandering around the city?
I'm gonna considering everything, considering what I've done, I still feel somewhat bad about costing my friend so much money. So, I'm gonna go back to that whole area where they're keeping beasts and people. Basically, you remember those people I traumatized last session,
Yep.
but it make keep fighting each other. I'm gonna go back to that area.
All right then. Oh. Uh. Wait for a sec. I need to find something.
I probably notes because it's been a little bit of time.
Ah, here it is.
Hmm. So I'm gonna fly overhead like nothing's wrong, and I'm gonna just slowly land on the building while looking back in the alleyway, seeing if these people and beast smugglers are here.
Nah, no, they don't seem to be here. At least not today.
Hmm. Considering they're not here today, I'm gonna look around to see if I can find any clues of where the hell they went.
Alright, so
Oh, I can use nice. Uh,
hmm,
13 investigation.
13 in investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm.
Although the tracks are old, you can definitely still see them. Even with the other tracks, the very unique way they sort of went is, well, more than enough to see it. Huh.
I I would like to start following the tracks.
Alright, the large Alright, the city bustling with everything there. The tracks follow from here to there, between alleyways, into corridors, and eventually to and an old looking door. Hello?
I'm gonna first check to see if it's locked with my tail.
Hold on, how are you going to check if it's locked with your tail?
Well, I'm gonna wrap around the tail of my. I'm gonna wrap around the knob of my tail and try to open it that way. Mm-mm.
When you try to do it, nothing happens, but you do hear a simple, hey. and a one of those sliding bars does open up, showing a person peeking out. Who's there? Hey, what the?
I immediately use the at will disguise self to make my head look like a prestigious elf and just like making it look like it's talking even though I'm only talking in their head. I'm here to look at your most distinguished goods.
The man visibly rubs his eyes for a second, then says, "Oh, yeah, yes, yes, sir." As a as he then pulls it open to reveal the large, well, yeah, large opening. The entire thing is mostly empty with
Hey, you think you build a game? I hate you now. And you're not going to play with me no more.
Cute child.
yeah. Eh. Anyways, the entire thing looks sort of like a flea market with stalls set up, cages all around. Each one each one holding something different. Some are a little bit of the same, but plenty are quite different. Very much varieties. Although the most common factors are monsters, former monsters, goblins, kobolds, minotaurs, anything that was considered a monster but was sentient.
Yeah, this guy, does he even take a second look at me, or did he just open the door and walked away?
He opened the door very respectively by head standing behind the door.
Which I do go in and use my prestidigitation to make it sound like I walked in instead of just flying in.
All right. Once
And
he does, he
use it.
look. Okay, so what do you do? Do you actually walk in, or do you fly in, but you using the spell to like make it look like you walked in?
Um, I made I made presentation go out to make it sound like I walked in with my minor illusion still up to make it look like I still have the face. And just once that I quickly go up to the ceiling after passing the face barrier of it. And if he ever at all look to see the rest of my body, he would not see any shoes. He would not see a very well dressed body. In fact, the only thing he would see would be a pseudo dragon with an elven head.
Well, he doesn't look at all. He simply closes his eyes and says, "Welcome, sir. We have a fine selection for you today. We were told of your arrival, and we have very good cargo in the back, just waiting for you."
Which I quickly latched onto the ceiling with as much grip as I can and use my precipitation to make it sound like I kept moving forward.
Once you do that, he does open his eyes, but he looks around, rubs his head, looks around again, then just closes the door.
I'm currently holding my breath, waiting to see what will happen.
As he stands there, another man comes up and starts yelling at him. Something about just not letting the door in for anybody, and imagine what they would do if they found us. You know, that normal thing.
Trying to hold in the laughter.
After
Have any weak points at all that I'm seeing right here?
the weak points, as in like the character or the building itself.
The people. Someplace I could easily stab.
Hmm. Most of them seem to be very well dressed, but you can definitely tell some of them do have chainmail and even scale mail under the clothes.
That's what I was afraid of. I use prestidigitation to make it sound like something over towards the east side was knocked off and shattered like glass.
Thankfully, the area you did actually do that in did have a rare specimens, which were essentially creatures in jars, fairies, pixies. There's even a very small cockatrice in there. It looks to be a newborn. Once once the sound happens, the man immediately panics and starts looking around, along with the said small commotion.
With the commotion, I'm just crawling on the ceiling with as much grip as I can, trying to find virtually anything that will let me keep track of them.
Can you please elaborate?
Like, say, a location book of where they would usually switch out where they frequent, people that buy from them, for instance, as well. Like logbooks.
Hmm. Well, the well-dressed looking elf does. Well, you do see the well-dressed looking elf walk back to a old to a small corner of it that has a door.
I do quickly crawl over to there.
The door is, although by the time you get there, the door is shut. It doesn't seem to be locked, but there are plenty of people passing by it.
Does it have a window I can look into?
Yes, although it's very small, and yes, although it's only one, it's very small, around the normal eye height, so around 6 feet, 6 feet off the ground, and only about a quarter to a half inch in height.
That's enough. I put one of my peepers to it when the coast is clear.
Inside, you see the elf writing something down in a book. And very quick, then closing it, rubbing his temples, putting it under a desk.
Keeping
Then
an eye where
then a quick sigh as he walks back outside.
as soon as he goes out, I go in. Basically, he's slipping in above him. Grab that book and look through it to see what it is.
The entire thing seems to be different types of little things. The most recent one says doorman let in some wind today. Absolutely nothing there. Got onto him a bit. We can't let the people know about what's going on here.
I vote Sleepy. And I hope
Um,
Mm-hmm.
please excuse me for just 1 second.
I
my vote.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
It okay.
All right then. Oh, okay. Let's see. Where was I? Ah, yes. As the
I'm gonna.
oh yes, oh yeah,
Hmm?
right
I'm
yes.
just gonna out a piece of blank paper, quickly scrawl on it, saying, "Haha, losers." Put where the book was supposed to be, and then I'm gonna sprout out back onto the ceiling and make my way over to this exclusive area.
It's the area is covered by one of those like two very thin veils into the open area. There's,
I do go there.
once you go in, you see lots of luxurious items. Mm-mm. You're pretty sure like at least like 3/4 of this is highly illegal in every country, even some of the worst ones. You see
Yeah.
you see a clutch of infertile dragon eggs that are frozen, possibly being used as ingredients, possibly be used as decoration. Any could be used. Creatures that are near extinction, maps, information around anything you can possibly get on the black market. You could probably find here.
Even fertile dragon eggs.
Uh, I'm afraid to get one of those, you need to go as a bib. Actually, yes, one.
What color?
A bronze egg sets on a golden throw pillow. Current bid 1,000,000 gold pieces.
Oh, I'm gonna quickly check to see if there's cameras around.
It's it's the equivalent of 1865. There are no
I'm gonna see
cameras,
if.
but there
Well,
are gargoyles.
oh
Each
yeah,
a
basically.
couple of them posted here and there. There's even a couple of them on some of the high beams on the ceiling.
Yep, that sounds about right. No reward without a little risk. And this is probably gonna be the biggest fucking risk I'm gonna take. Um. Hmm. I'm gonna see if it's person activated, as I'm gonna use a minor illusion to of that guy I just saw go in. The not the doorman, the high, expensive looking elf.
I see. You don't get much attention once you walk in, but
Oh no, I'm not walking in first. I'm using the illusion to.
right, yes. When the illusion walks in, not much attention is paid before a dwarf that came out behind the booth of the fertile dragon egg walks up and says, "I have some good news. Our current bidding price is just around 1,000,000 gold pieces." What do you do?
Mm-mm. Nods, and I'm trying. I'm shredding myself to do this trick again, but I'm gonna be using prestidigitation since it is able to make sounds, not super complex sound. So I'm just gonna be making him do like a affirming grunt of noise, like mm-hmm. Like he's kind of expecting more. He seems like that kind of person.
Oh, he is.
Good.
But he
So this.
says, but thankfully, if my little old pocket watch is right, as he pulls out a pocket watch, looks at it for a second, our high bidder should be getting here really soon, sir. Oh, imagine what he'll pay for a fertile bronze dragon egg. Hey.
I I had him nod a second time, now looking as cocky as ever.
The man clearly sees it and gives a good smile. Mm, don't worry. I'll- But don't worry, I'll keep the bidding going. You, after all, it'd be always good to bleed a couple of these, try to bleed them dry before their hopes get swished away. All right, boss. As he goes back to the booth.
I look to see where the booth is.
The booth is directly in the center of the entire thing, surrounded by people, each one giving a little bit more, at least some more of the high rollers, the one percenters, and no, not one percenters, but the really rich guys, adding a bit more, like a million and two, a million and three, million and four, that sort of thing. Slowly inching their way higher, while trying also to get as high as possible for them.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yep. Yep. And just while this is happening, since the gargoyle defenses seem to be down, I'm gonna quickly. Actually, do they have it? Do they have it? Do I only have one attack spell? Do they have 4 cantrips? Do they have it? This is the biggest question. Give me a second. Fuck, they don't. Oh, I'm gonna have to do this as. I forgot they had that at the. Okay, yeah. I'm. I'm gonna. Wait, you said the guy was a dwarf, right?
Yes, he's a dwarf.
I'm gonna. I'm going to disguise myself as him, clothes and all. Badges, pins, right in the same places. Since you can mimic clothes, it's just that it's if you don't have the width, the girth, nothing will physically be there. And I'm going to use that to my advantage. I'm going to. Is the booth open area like they're looking at the egg right now?
Yes, yes. It's currently sitting on what is essentially just a table and a throne pillow. Each one of them putting down their name and a little bit higher number.
Oh, fuck, they're going to question us. A good bit shorter version of the guy. You know what? No, it'll be fine. I'll just have to use 2 spells at once. I'm gonna disguise myself as the upper half of the man, of the high acquaintance elf. Oof. While my lower half will be minor illusioned to look like the rest of the guy's outfit, his legs, all of that.
All right.
I better not fucking have to speak. Because, oh my god, this is gonna quickly ruin it. Actually. Wait, no, if this guy smells. It could fuck with the voice. Yeah, I'm gonna, just in case, also gonna change my voice to I heard the guy's was earlier, but it's only when he was anger and hot temper, like something bad happened. I don't know how he talks normally, so I'm gonna have to act like I'm slightly pissed. Okay. I'm gonna go down mm, mm, to near where the booth was where I had the guy kind of disappear through to and come out as the guy and just like stand next to the egg, not touching it, letting them place their bids. Mm. And then just once they get upwards of like nearly double the price, I'm gonna slowly pick up the cushion of the egg with the egg in tow and just like, like I'm ready for this to be done. This is getting well up there. I don't believe that there's gonna be even more people kind of look on my face. And once I think there's a winner, I'm gonna go over like is the and is an exit, it's nearby.
Yes, there's a back. Yes, there's a back door for those who don't want to get in contact with the less rich. They're a bunch of jerks.
Ooh. Also, I was wrong. It was not a minor illusion, it was silent image, which is why I had to do prestidigitation to do the grunts and noises. But it's now, with all this happening, I'm gonna just have a silent image of this guy holding the egg thing right there, while I'm actually backing away with the egg behind it. It's towards the exit a bit. Have my sound image do a little bit of magical pizzazz, like trying to make the egg look like it's worth a lot more than it is, while I'm drop my disguise self while doing prestidigitation instead to make it like smoke billowing, like, oh, it's getting up there. Do you even have enough money to make this? This is so high value. Drive up the stakes. Eeks. This is the one and only bronze egg. From a dragon itself. You want a dragon right here? This might be your only chance in your life. If but I'm just actually back.
It, it quickly gets out of hand as a couple of them back off, but more than a couple keep on bidding a bit higher, higher and higher. 3, 4, 5, 6. One dude even bids 10 million.
And after I make sure to have the door open just enough for me to see the silent image, I make the guy act like he's gonna do a final little shelling of it, and then I just drop both spells while flying away with the egg. Fuck him. I'm out of the clear now. Basically, the guy that.
Once you actually do that, it's a bit odd. You mostly hear a lot of confusion, asking like, hold on, where's my egg? And stuff like that.
120 feet around. Oh, I'm at max carrying capacity right now. This egg, I believe, is going to be like 20 pounds of egg right here. It's a heavy metallic dragon. Wait, no. Yeah, it's a brass. Metallic dragon egg. It's 20 pounds, probably even 30 pounds. It's reaching near encumbrance for me. And I'm just hoofing it. I'm going 120 feet back to where I was. I'm actually no. I'm not gonna immediately go back to where I was. I'm gonna quickly tear open the pillow, tear out all the stuffing, put the egg in there if I have to, mostly in there, even if it has to show a bit, and just looked like this small ass blue pseudo dragon, just flying off with this red pillow for some reason. And I'm just back in the cashier area, just like, look at the cashier. Proceeds to speak in their mind in Jakarta because I'm panicking. It's like, do you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Do you know where Nolan is? Do you know where Nolan is? Do you know where the wolf went? Do you know where the wolf went? I don't even know anything, no Jakarta.
They don't get anything you're saying.
We just go up to them, give them a little slap on the side of the face and tail, not jabbing them with it. It's just, and just like, come now. Do you know where the wolf went?
He simply shakes his head.
Fuck. Okay. Uh, you know what? This is fine. This is fine. I have somewhat of a tether to my person. I just gotta find wherever they went. I'm sorry about the whole little thingy. Um, can I trade you this pillow covering for, I don't know, a cloth bag, a sling?
Sure. The bartender picks up a cloth, a bag, and hands it to you and trades it. Why do you need a cloth
Before
bag,
I
anyways?
more fully, I take the bag. I take the cloth bag. I quickly turn around as if to hide this pill with my whole damn body. Quickly, you put the egg into it without showing him as best as I can. That is a that's a 3, so a 5 for sleight of hand. He probably fucking sees it. As I just shove this egg into the cloth bag, give him the pill covering. It's like, here.
He just looks at it, then just says, "If you want to hide an egg like that, I wouldn't exactly say pull it out in a tavern."
Just drop the pillowcase, fucking dashes 120 feet a second out the fucking door with the egg now in the cloth bag.
Oh boy.
How much
Alright.
time do we have left? We continue?
I mean, go as long as you like.
I, I, not knowing if this egg's gonna be super duper super safe. I keep the bag on me, and I'm gonna go to a different alleyway now. I'm not gonna double dip in that fucking mess of a place. I have their book. I have their egg. I know where they're moving. I can just wait. And so I'm gonna look to see if there's any other little hoodlum gangs, little nasties, bad people all around. You know, people that
You see,
deserve to be.
you do see a few people lurking around, although you can't really tell if they're bad people or just delinquents.
Which I just sell up on one of the rooftops, face my bag down to my on on it having it look like just a slumped over empty bag. I'm taking a bit of a breather while I look at what they're doing, just watching, seeing what the hell they're doing, if they're delinquents or not.
They're
Their
mostly
behavior
just
might.
they're mostly just chatting to each other.
Okay,
The
listen
stuff
in.
Most of it is like stuff you would probably hear before. Yeah, teachers really on me about finishing my class and this and that. It's all just they're essentially just teen delinquents who think they're tough.
Which I float, which decide to go down a bit and decide to lessen their delinquent stance by having a silent image of a police officer walk by.
When they do, they immediately duck behind and try to act like nothing happened.
I just see that they did that, look at them a little bit more, and to warn them using their own voice, like they're thinking this own thoughts, somewhat separately to their own thoughts, because it's like a secondary voice in their head, of course. It's with their own voice. Man, what if that cop actually got us? Wouldn't we be in prison?
Bali, there are
You know,
three. Oh, three. Two boys, one girl. Which one do you?
uh, I do it on the girl. Just a little extra thought of anxiety in there.
Oh crap. Hold on. Crap. So sorry. I'll be right back.
I Thank you! Ghost of Christmas Past.
Sorry.
It's okay, you do what you have to do.
Alright then, so what did... Alright, so where we leave off?
Well, that I was basically giving trauma to children.
Oh, right, yes,
Specifically,
I remember.
yeah, after the cop. Yeah.
The girl gives us deep breath and then just sits there for a minute. She just sighs and says, "Yeah, this ain't worth it," and just gets up and just walks off. While the other two say, "Hey, where you going? What the crap was that about? Come on," stuff like that.
Which one looks more respectable?
Let me think.
One or two.
Hmm. Two definitely looks more respectable, although not much more than one.
Mm, yeah, I'm just gonna be. I'm gonna mess with. Yeah, no, actually, I'm not. I'm not gonna mess with him. I'm just gonna go into his mind and say, maybe the same for me, in his voice, from what I've heard earlier. Make him think he thought it.
Maybe the same for you.
For the more respectable boy, if he looks like he isn't like fully hoodlum, like if he ain't fully in the hood yet,
No,
like
he
he
definitely doesn't
has
look. I mean, he
what he
definitely
can
does not look
choose.
like that. He looks like the kid who's trying to be hood and all dangerous looking, but ain't really doing much for it.
Yeah, this is gonna be a little snap back to reality for him. Like, yeah, you don't want this. You could, I could have died if he found me and had a bad temper. I could die from anyone that has a bad temper, or if he actually gang up with somebody. What would mom think? Kind of shit. Because even though I play tricks on people, some of my tricks are actually for the better of them.
For the better of him.
Yeah, I don't want people to die. Plus, this is hoodlum shit. They could do better.
He just shakes his head and was like, "Oh, that was a bit weird." Looks at his friends, but then looks around a bit. He just swallows and then just tells his friend to come on as they walk out of there. He seems a bit shaken up.
Which then I look to see what they were doing there in the first place.
Uh, the,
Like, was
they mostly just
vices or
seem No, they mostly just seemed like people who were hanging out in an alleyway.
Well, on the plus side, I probably gave them such a vibe check that they probably won't keep hanging out in alleyways. Dangerous mofos.
Alright then, what?
And
Alright then, you do
I
hear a
like to see if
small commotion around two streets over, though.
I remember where I placed my bag, and then I go over to the commotion.
The commotion is a couple men. Both Goliaths, yeah, Goliaths, seem to be shaking somebody down. But it not sh- but they're not actually shaking him down. Money falls, but they don't seem to want it. It looks like they're asking him something.
Which he crawled down the wall just to hear.
Most of where is it? Where is it? And the man just points out to the tavern that you were just in.
I decide to do a disguise self, but to make me look like a green pseudo dragon with very scaly, very feathery look. Like I'm just a
Like like a bird.
like I basically get rid of most of my stuff. Yeah, like a weird bird,
All right.
and just flying after them, listening to what they're talking about.
The man mentioned something about his boss that after late again they're that if give me a sec. That
Take a
if they
time.
do not get this dragon egg back, it'll be their heads on the chopping block. Stuff like stuff like last time somebody upset the boss, didn't he literally rip out their throat and stuff like that. Overall, they're just very scared and just here to do a job. Looks like.
Hmm.
So then,
Which just kind of no, they're a little bit too far gone in my mind. Like, oh yeah, if they're already being threatened and doing everything, and doing this guy is fucking work and just wanting money and shit like that. This is just repercussions for them being horrible, this horrible little thing. So I'm just gonna. Do I see a money pouch on one of them?
yes, both of them have money pouches on their belt. They both the cloth and the everything just makes it look very good thief proof. Not only is it actually quite durable looking, it also seems to be attached to a chain and essentially just thief proof.
Ah, ah. Well, at least any sneaky thief proofing. So if I tugged on the chain and just yanked it off, they probably would notice me.
Most definitely.
They seem distracted enough. Actually, no, I'd probably die in one hit. I'm following them for a little bit, and then I'm just gonna fly to the side away. You see what emblems they have on them. Like, are they actually from that place, or are they searching for this lost dragon egg? Because it's now a free game item.
The emblem for the Oh, I did forget to mention there was a small emblem on a couple of the items that there was at the animal show you just went to. All of
Mm-hmm.
which was essentially a bird in a cage.
I look to see if it's on them and on this journal too.
The journal does have a bird in a cage, but these two people don't seem to have the same thing.
Oh, what
They
do they have?
hmm, one of them looks to be having a both on the pouch seem to have a item of gold, three gold coins stacked on top of each other.
Money stack. Got it. Well, seeing this, I just jotted down my memory, and then I'm gonna go look for any police station. I'm gonna find one, head in, look at the receptionist, and just kind of like scratch the lid in front of them to get their attention.
Uh, once once you do, the receptionist just looks at you.
Plops the book down in front of them, speaks to their mind in common, just like, "You have a criminal problem?"
The person just looks at you for a second, looks up, looks around, then just says, Did you talk to me in my head?"
I nodded,
Huh.
and then I shock off my disguise as a pseudo.
Oh. Don't see much of your kind here. Anyways, what's this book, hun? Need any help with something?
Um, if I gave you really important details about, say, an auction that was going on in the underworld, and I told you where it was happening, and this book has all the places that the people would go to in case something bad happened, how much money would I get?
Hmm. Uh, if I'm being honest here, not much. If you were just turning it into the police. But if you were, let's say, turning it in as a bounty hunter, current price for information is around 5 gold pieces per information. Uh,
Well, ooh, as a bounty hunter, yes.
I see.
This has all the
As
information for the year.
hmm, I see then. You look. She looks at it, then looks at it again, and just says,
And
"Oh no, that's." Looks around, puts it underneath, and says, "Yeah, I'm gonna need your help, little buddy. Think you can help me with something?"
but if it will endanger me, you're gonna have to find my caster if I don't come back by midnight. My caster is a someone that would be targeted by some of these organizations as well.
Oh, I see. Don't worry, I'll set up a thing. But also, I do need a little help. You see, I can see that the mayor is.
A bad person. Tries to have several different fae, goblinoids, kobolds, such and such. I
Yes,
do actually have a blanket of insignia with me.
yes, but, there's a small problem.
Mm-hmm.
You see, I'm best friends with the chief. We go drinking on the weekends.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, I do know that The chief and the mayor have a long history.
Oh.
Fortunately, literally cannot, because I need to give this to the chief. If the chief gets it, well, pretty sure your little brain
I
can
can
think of that.
Keith. You know how I came in like a weird half bird thing?
Yeah?
Takes a step back, jumps off, and uses disguise self to make myself look like them.
Oh,
However, I'm screwed if somebody touches me. Because, as you can see, the disguise self arm goes through them and then into their elbow is where my talent actually touches them.
I see.
So I got a little bit of magic I can use a lot. However, I can't use much spells. You know? I got cantrips. I can be a sneaky little buddy, but there's some problems that might arise if I try to do anything physical. I do got poison though. It doesn't kill people, just paralyzes them. But I do got poison though.
Hey. She
Mm-hmm.
quickly takes out the book and gives it back to you. Can
Uh-huh.
you, I think you need to give that book to somebody else. More specifically, the Rangers.
Oh, Rangers?
She leans in close and speaks. The Rangers live on the border of the city. Well, on the border of everywhere, really. They're essentially a universal cop. They go around helping people. I heard a whole bunch of them once really ran into a wedding to arrest a king who was committing tax fraud.
Mm, Where can I
So,
find the Rangers?
not that's the thing. They all just ride on horses anywhere and everywhere. They go around, sniff out trouble, get the trouble, then disappear.
Any signal I could use to maybe attract them?
Actually, the person gets up and goes over to a board and looks over it. She then says, "There is a bounty out for a man-eating water skipper. There's a good chance the Rangers might try to get it."
So find it, it's stay near it without it being procked by me and try to kill me, which will it could kill me. But it's basically stay nearby it till I see a ranger. Or once it gets done killing or stopping it, it quickly gets attention and just like tell him everything, give him the book.
Yeah, that's just about it.
Any clues where this skipper might be?
Yeah. It says that it's just outside of Dust Bowl. All right.
And this is what?
Oh, she goes over to a wall. That's a map. All right. We have two. All right. So this is a map. There are 3 cities and five small towns. And
Mm-hmm.
Dust Bowl is one of these smaller towns. Dust Bowl is actually not that far from here. Around an hour and a half walk or so.
Okay, this is getting interesting.
From what I've heard, a water skipper has grabbed at least two people, and have killed them. Not much information other than that.
Well, if that's the case, maybe. Is it like a town over? Like, is it like a super fast flight or horse ride?
Eh, I actually do got something. She walks over to a different board and looks at it. Yeah, one of the trains should be coming through here pretty soon.
And that usually brings trouble.
Uh, Trouble. Well, yes, but it also brings a whole lot of help for us. You see, each one carries precious cargo. Unfortunately, the three train companies don't really like each other, and two are constant war at each other. And from what I've heard, both of them try to attack the third, but apparently none of the mercenaries come back. Anyways, it looks like the red train should be coming in around half an hour. The train tracks the tr- train tracks are just go out the door to the right, and they'll be near the horse stables.
Mm. May I say that you are a wonderful person.
Thank you. I always wanted to be an adventurer when I was little, but I settled for being a cop. Less less going to awesome places, meeting people, risking your life.
Less
I'm a,
killing people.
yeah, but the best part is helping all the little people here.
You can't say that about dwarves.
She gives a laugh. No, 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 like poor street children, homeless
No.
people, the
I thought
little people in society, not actual little.
I'm gonna be quite honest here. I might have screwed with a couple of little kids here and there. That was for the good.
Is this a hurt them situation or is what?
Made it look like a cop walked by them and gave him a half a heart attack and convinced him that with their own voices in their head because I can't make my voice sound a lot like you, but I'd rather not because this is like my natural voice and it takes a little bit more effort trying to do the other one. So it's like I can go really fast with this one. Well, either which way, yeah, I'm starting to ramble, but it's I basically made them question everything about what they were doing and decided to get out of the alleyway. So
Oh,
maybe
those
they're getting paid.
kids. Yeah, yeah, we've actually done that a bunch. In
Mind
fact,
like screwing with their mental states.
halfly. We make it a point to walk by the alleyways and try to eyeball any teens that we find in there. Scares them wild half the time.
Good, good, because I did that.
All right, and all right then. Take a I'll take a look and find in your friend as along, and I severely hope that you get there in time.
Same. And just leaves them be.
So then, do you go to the train?
I do go to train. I don't get on it, but I do go to it.
You head to the train as you wait around 30 minutes. The horses are getting a bit up antsy here and there, but other than that, pretty quiet. 30 minutes go by in a flash, and before you know it, a red a train with a red paint finish pulls up.
By that time, I would have grabbed my shit. Like I would have grabbed my bag and everything, came back over
All
because I
right.
ain't forgetting that.
You see, the conductor is a very, very old man. Crap, it looks like he's using probably Optimus parts just to keep him alive. Tubes and wires all on him. He coughs a little and says, "Oh boy."
I
There's
I get on there and just kind of go to the guy, just like, so, you know about the Rangers?
so more specifically, do you get onto one of the passenger cars or do you get on the front train part?
Front train part.
Once you get back there, the old man turns back and say, "Hey, you got in the wrong part, little thing. Go 2 cars down. Besides, get out of here." Now, do you leave? Uh, you okay? Hello?
My phone died.
Oh, alright. So, can you hear me now?
Yep.
Alright, so, okay, what's the last thing you heard?
That I'm in the wrong cargo and cut off.
Got it. He essentially says that you're in the wrong part, it's 2 cars down, and he also says, "Oh, and get out of here."
So nothing about the Rangers. Got it. Just really wanted
I
something
don't
quick.
look. I don't care about the Rangers. All I care is get an A to B. Now, are you getting on or getting off?
Like, as long as the windows are openable. Which I get onto the car, the first car or I can that's behind this guy that is a passenger card, and just start asking people about, hey, do you know about the Rangers?
There ain't many people in here. A couple citizens looks like, but each of them seem a little bit nervous. The rest of them seem very determined, I would say. Most of them won't even look at you when you're talking because their eyes are already flicking between everybody else.
Hey, and just is one of the for one of the older people, just like, hey, do you know about the Rangers?
The person looks at you and says, "Rangers? Oh yeah, nice folk. What you want to know?"
Well, I need to know how to find one soon. I have a friend that's having some trouble, and mm, I need their help.
Oh,
Do you know? Do you know a little signal I could maybe put up for them, or a place where they usually appear here and there
Freddy cat,
nearby?
little fella. They pop in and out
Mm,
and don't really tell you where they're going. They just go there. That's kind of the
you have a
deal. The best thing you can do is find where there's trouble, and they'll probably be there too. They're good people like that.
clearly they haven't shown up here.
There ain't no big threat. They don't deal in they don't deal that often in small stuff here and there. They don't really have.
Smuggling?
Uh, no, they
People
do.
smuggling?
Unfortunately, yeah. There's so many problems here and there, from the tyrants and the rebels and the titans and water skippers and even the floras, that they're already running here to Timbuktu and back to try to help as many people. The second they hear something, they're off again trying to find it. Trying to find them is like trying to find a butterfly in a flower field.
Yeah.
Best thing
Thank you
you can
for
do
letting
is
me
go
know
to.
as much as you can.
So what?
Thank you for letting me know as much as you can. And what were you trying to say?
Well, I would say that the best thing you can do is just head somewhere where there's trouble. Wherever there's big trouble, they're usually there.
Mm, let's talk about this one place that's having water skipper trouble, and this train might be heading there, so.
Yep. Yep, the train heads. Yep. I remember hearing about that. The grandson's a bounty hunter. He was talking about that. He said it was in Dust Bowl, right? Yeah, Dust Bowl.
Yeah?
The train doesn't stop at Dust Bowl, although it goes past it. You can probably hop off there.
Hmm, okay. What does it usually look like?
Dust Bowl has a oh,
You're muted.
apparently Constance will be joining us today. Possibly.
Or maybe not. Depends. Don't feel good.
Oh, okay. Oh, so
So
you're
they're
just here to
probably just
listen.
listening.
All right
Well,
then.
mm,
All right then. I'm afraid you're
so
still just down to one. Anyways, let's continue.
so
No, excuse me.
about this dust. What would you say would be its most defining feature, other than probably dust?
It entire town's in a bowl. Big old natural formation. Inside of it's just big old dust. Dirt, sand, and dust.
So I probably see it.
Mm-hmm. Can't miss it. If, if this old brain still works, if I remember correctly, that's actually one of the first settlements. They used it to make sure that this place was safe.
Probably livable then. Hmm.
Hmm.
Well, uh, he-
Oh, he goes to his pocket watch and opens it up before saying, "Oh boy, it's about that time again." I would suggest.
like,
I would suggest. What do the kids say? Oh yeah, hitting the dirt as he leans down and covers his head.
which I immediately lay as flat as I can with wings covering my bag. Mm,
Once once you do that, 5 seconds go by with nothing happening before. Well, let's just say not so good. The As bullets begin ricocheting throughout the train, a whole bunch of the what was you thought were passengers just immediately opened fire. shooting more and more and more. It's obvious they've done this a lot. Each of them seems to have experience with it. They're dodging the bullets like pros. Each of them are doing the thing. After a little bit, the trains do separate as everything goes quiet again. Ugh. Sound like, hmm, I think the bosses get a bit stingy with the cash nowadays. Ugh.
Hmm?
The boss,
Hmm.
the boss seems to get a bit stingy with the cash nowadays. Ain't not as much shooting as I thought there'd be.
Gun people?
Fun people.
Yeah, not as much people that are writing here, or not as much yeah. Just a wing gesture to the people that were here shooting.
Oh, oh no! You misunderstand. You see, normally the person who shot at us would shoot a lot more, but they didn't, which means they wanted to use less
Bullets.
money. Mm-hmm.
Bullets.
Exactly. So, that's why I said that. Their boss is getting greedy with the money because they didn't use as many bullets as they
You too.
normally would. Does that make sense?
Yeah, look. Yep. Now it does.
Sweet, little fella. Alright then, well, alright then. We should be arriving in Dust Bowl in 15 minutes. Sit back, because the rest of the ride will be good. The man quickly falls
Which
asleep.
I will keep an eye out. And once I see the bull, I just open up the window and fly out.
The Dust Bowl is just that. A little formation of natural dust and dirt formed into a bowl inside, with dust and everything else. The place looks like an old style western town. Alright then, so
Which I quickly go in and start looking for this skipper. Trying to find any tracks, anything that might tell me anything really.
alright, once you go in, the place seems pretty empty. Not many people's not many people as the last place. Compared to the city, this place seems almost like a ghost town. If it wasn't for the old lady rocking back and forth on the bench, or at least on her porch, then you wouldn't think this place was alive.
Which just kind of goes up to one of the rockin' ladies. And since I'm so far away, my telepathy is died down a good bit. I e to use. I would like to talk to them, but it's gonna sound a lot more jumbled up. Where danger sound? Thing I said in the D&D thing was I had gone over to the Dust Bowl. Everything. This place seemed basically like a ghost town, and waiting for a couple of old ladies on rocking on chairs outside on their home little benches. I went up to one and talked to one with limited telepathy and just said, "Danger sound where?"
The grandmothers talk amongst themselves before one of them pipes up says, "Oh yes, I know what the little fellow's talking about. My my grandson's the sheriff. He's he said apparently there's a problem hanging around about a water skipper causing some trouble.
Yes, that. Where?
He's She points over to a different side, about the opposite side of the town. Just right over there. All you'll need to do is head out there and you might be able to find it. Be careful, water skippers will attack anything smaller than them.
A fly?
Oh no, no, no. Water skippers don't fly. Well, sort of. They run on the water, but they got special wings that allow them to glide over the water. Essentially, while they run, the wings push out and they, well, pop and help them stay in the air longer.
Me, me understand. Me safe. Me think. Me go. Give him a little bit nuzzle on the hand, and then go off to the other end of town where they said their water skippers
I
might
have
be.
to go to bed. Say all you thought.
The little old lady says, "All right then, be safe." And as you walk over there, it all things are about. As you walk over there, end session.
Okay.
Okie dokie.
Good
And
thing
I,
I guess it's a good time that I showed up then, huh?
anyways, I hope that everyone who's listening will have a great listen. Sorry for the long silences, and I hope that everybody who's listening have a great day. Sayonara.